of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call. Jerry Bibles Vogel.
Present.
Paul DeCashin.
Present.
Yolanda Rodriguez Peña.
Here.
Shilani Cruz Gonzalez.
Here.
And myself, Helen Jaramillo. We are all here tonight. We're moving on to approval of the agenda. We do have one amendment, have one addition. What are the wishes of the board?
Which amendment is it?
That would be 9.5. We are adding 9.4 correction, which is the closed session item.
That's the addition.
That's the addition.
And then, there's one, the resolution is one.
Okay, so we're, and what item is that?
That is item 1010.
Okay, so on 1010, there's an updated version of the resolution.
So with those amendments, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
We have a first by Paul McCutcheon.
Second.
We have a second by Yolanda Rodriguez Peña. What are the wishes of the board? Please place your votes. Does anybody have an extra pen? Oh, can I borrow a pen? Well, that is student preferential. Yes. Please place your votes. That was rather loud. I don't want to use my voice. Okay, motion passes 5-0. We are now moving on to recognitions and awards. This is a very exciting time. Very exciting time. We do have some students that we will be recognizing tonight. We're super excited. We are now moving on to 5.1. And we do have Azusa High School and Gladstone High Schools. And I think Mr. Nakashin, you're going to take that over first.
All right. So we have Azusa High School. Where are you? Come on up. Come up. So tell us what was the event and what was the
I was honored at the CIF Sub-Injection Champions for Character Award.
So you must be Aaron, right? Aaron Peña. So this is a certificate from the board. So Azusa Unified School District hereby recognizes Aaron Peña of Azusa High School for his outstanding athletic accomplishments and for earning the designation as a champion of character. Presented to you on this day, 7th of November, 2017. Thank you so much. So, do we have parents here? Alright, so we have next. That's the end of it, right? Okay.
Jessica Luevno and Leslie Amador. We won league first place, so yeah.
So tell us about the experience, how was it for you, and how much time did it take for you to prepare, and so on and so forth.
It took like 3 seasons to prepare for this. Yeah, and we're best friends, so that makes it like 10 times better.
Did you guys do doubles? Was that was doubles?
Come on up. Parents, where are you? This is a moment you feel proud of your accomplishments and desires. Right. Natalie, where?
I was the champ of girls golf for Mount View League.
The first in the history of the program.
So Nellie, do you go on to a different level after Mount View, or what happens
I
next?
went to CIF.
Oh, you went to CIF?
Yeah, and then I lost the
What grade are you in? Next year.
Yeah.
Mine just like one. Whatever. I read that. Congratulations.
Right. All right, so Gladstone High School, Sheila Marathon. Congratulations. So again, what was your experience? Tell us how did it take you to prepare and
Well,
how much you had to sacrifice?
okay, it took me like a long time because I was practicing throughout the summer and everything, and it took me a while to improve and everything. But I currently got undefeated in league and first place in prelims. Well, yeah, in league. So I just I want to thank my family and my friends for always supporting me and being there for me all the time.
So who are your friends? Come on up. Good job. Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Thank you so much. Congratulations again.
Awesome, incredible. Thank you very much. Now we're moving on with some more recognitions, and this one is for our student board representative, Jerry.
Yep, come on out in front.
It's your turn.
Okay, so the Azusa Unified School District hereby gratefully recognizes Odala Cisneros Michelle of Sierra High School for outstanding public service as a student representative to the Board of Education during the 2017-2018 school year. Presented the 7th day of November, signed Linda Kaminsky, Dr. Linda Kaminsky and Helen Jaramillo. And there you go. Thank you so much.
Do you have anyone here tonight?
Oh,
Okay, you have all of us. And I have to tell you that I know all of us, we have been super impressed by you. I mean, I can't tell you, just the way that you carried yourself from day one coming in here, your demeanor, your style, and I don't know if it was the last board meeting or a couple board meetings ago, we asked you a question, and you said, you know, I don't have the answer, but I'll get back to you. That right there, you hold that and you take that with you for the rest of your life, and you'll go places. So thank you very much for serving your students, your fellow students, and for serving your community and doing what you did. Okay? Thank you very much. I got choked up. Okay, so we're moving on. This is an awesome part of our meeting, 5.3, and this is I think Shilling is going to be doing this one for us, and this is a winner of the district's first National School Lunch Week recipe. Oh, Yolanda.
Can Adrian Gian? She's not able to be here tonight.
Oh, is that here?
She.
Oh, she, I'm sorry. Okay, well, I just wanted just to read a little bit about, that, it is recommended the Board of Education recognize Adrian Dion from Blossom High School in winning the avocado mango yogurt recipe. for National School Lunch Week. This recipe will be featured on the spring school menu.
She also won a bicycle, so it will be taking it to Gladstone High in Africa.
Oh, wow. I'll read the recognition here. It says the Azusa Unified School District hereby recognizes Adrian Gian at Gladstone High School for their winning entry in the Azusa Unified School District Nutrition Service National Lunch Week Salad Recipe Contest and for their contribution to the nutrition and health of Azusa Unified School District. Signed by Dr. Linda Kaminsky and Board President Helen Jaramillo.
So can you tell us what the recipe?
I'm going to read the rationale. The National Service celebrates National School Lunch Week, a contest for students to develop a recipe featuring all 5 vegetable subgroups, dark, green, orange, red, and or colored vegetables, and starchy vegetables, right? And how many, how was this person selected?
We got 20 entries, and actually 6 of them were from Gladstone High School because they have a culinary class there. Miss Bo, I think is her name.
So who was the taste testers?
The cafeteria employees at Gladstone. I wasn't part of the panel, but it was the cafeteria employees at Gladstone High School. They had to test Adrian's and another student who were the top 2. And they said it was very challenging, but they went with it.
Fantastic. Well, we can take a picture with the bike for you. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're moving on to 5.4, and this is recognition of Powell School as School of the Arts.
Before we invite Ms. Weavy up, I just want to thank her and for being here today. She has some special guests, but we did take the opportunity, since we're bringing 13.4 to you, which is a first reading of a visual performing arts board policy. Which that's not me.
No, your mic's on.
My mic's on. Which is the reason we're bringing it up, because we don't have a music and art block grant anymore. So really that's all we're doing for the board policy, but we figured since we're going to bring a board policy about that, why not shed a light on some of the things that are happening around visual performing arts. And so I'd like to introduce Ms. Weedy.
Okay.
See if it comes up. Good evening. I'm President Jaramillo, Dr. Kaminsky, board members and cabinet. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. I'm very happy to be here to share with you about our arts focus at Powell. It has and continues to be a really exciting journey for our school community as we deepen our understanding and our practice of arts integrated curriculum and arts as curriculum. We are doing both at Powell, and the results have been fantastic. First, let me share with you about how we are integrating the arts with our core curriculum. Let's see here. Here we go. We are basing our practice at Powell off of the Kennedy Center's definition of arts integration, which you see up before you. An approach to teaching in which students construct and demonstrate understanding through an art form. Students engage in a creative process which connects an art form and another subject area and then meets evolving objectives in both. You might ask, what does this really look like? Well, let me tell you, the teachers at Powell are committed and creative, and let me share just a few examples of what I've seen. I have observed kindergartners absorbing language arts, social studies, and art objectives at the same time as they work together in groups, creating choreography and then performances of their fall poem that they had just written while learning about the seasons. First graders connected science and the art, acting out the life cycle of a plant while chanting academic vocabulary such as germination and pollinization. I've come into a class to film second graders who worked in teams to create a product and then produced a commercial to persuade an audience to buy their product. Language arts standards and performing arts standards being taught simultaneously. Third graders at Powell reflected on and studied Van Gogh's Starry Night as they were introduced to the wonders of the solar system. Fourth grade students created 8-count choreographed dances in order to learn the difference between right angles, acute angles, and obtuse angles in math. And you've never seen fifth graders more excited about learning their vocabulary words for the week, because at Powell they get together in collaborative groups and have 5 minutes to create a short skit or tableau to show the meaning of their word. By integrating the arts with the core curriculum, students are continually honing their 21st century skills: creativity, collaboration, communication, and critical thinking. We intentionally integrate the arts to deepen and enrich our students' learning. And when these approaches are used, we've seen the level of student engagement just soar. So that's the first part of what we're doing at Powell. But in addition to integrated arts curriculum, we are also increasing our arts as curriculum opportunities. We are right now in our second year of a ceramics partnership with APU. Our 4th and 5th grade students get to take 2 trips to the APU ceramics studio to work one-on-one with a college buddy to create and sculpt and paint. The third and final piece is a ceramics art show held in the Powell Art Studio, complete with sparkling cider, crackers and cheese, and jazz music. We also have developed a partnership with a music professor at APU. Last year, every student at Powell participated in world music drumming, where they learned about rhythm and beat, other cultures, and had the experiential opportunity to play drums and sing and dance. Smiling students would break out an African song while they were waiting in line for lunch or on the bus on the way to a field trip. The benefits of that can't be measured, but they're certainly as real as any test score. And then this year, we have added a young composers class. Our 3rd grade students are playing piano, drums, and rhythm instruments as they learn to create and compose their own music. And instead of having 5 to 10 5th graders involved in instrumental band as we have in past years, we now have every 5th grader at Powell participating in band and learning to play and read music. And I know I don't need to tell you that there are numerous studies that support a strong connection between music education and academic success. Lastly, let me share about our performances. Powell had always been known for its special holiday performances, of which we have 3 a year. We just finished this one very recently, Halloween, Christmas, and Cinco de Mayo. Those special opportunities to sing and dance and perform on stage continue. And then last year, as a School of the Arts, we added our first full-scale musical, Beauty and the Beast. We had over 50 students involved in the production, which included a main cast, an ensemble, a stage crew. Our parents, our staff, and others from the community came together like never before to make this show happen, working on costumes, makeup, sets, props, and sound. It was really something. It's hard to put into words the power of the arts. The social, emotional, and educational benefits are profound. I hope that these photos have helped you catch a glimpse of that and of the joy of arts education that's happening at Powell. As you can see, I brought someone with me tonight. Come on up. I thought I'd end by letting Belle, our very own Megan Hill, sing just a little short clip for you from one of the songs from last year's show, and then she's going to share in her own words what the experience meant to her.
Is he gone? Can you imagine? He asked me to marry him. Me, the wife of that boorish, brainless. I'd want adventure in the great white somewhere. I'd want it more than I can tell. And for once it might be grand to have someone understand. I want so much more than they've got planned. Hello, I'm Belle. Well, actually, my name is Megan Hill, and I got to be in the musical that we did last year. It was a lot of fun on opening night, but getting there was a lot harder than you might think. It took a long time to get our voices to sound right and getting them on a perfect pitch. The choreography was difficult too. Sometimes we would get our placement mixed up. When we finally got it, it was a giant weight off of our shoulders. We knew it automatically from practicing so much. You couldn't just do your own thing. If you wanted it to look right, you had to cooperate and communicate with others. And it also took a lot of courage. At the end, I felt happy and proud of myself. I thought, this is really something I could do. Maybe I'll even do it for a job in the future. Without your approval for Powell to become the School of the Arts, this production wouldn't have happened. So on behalf of the students at Powell School, I'd like to say thank you for the support of the arts.
Can I say something? I want to say something to Val. I seen your play, and it was beautiful. You did a great job singing, and all the props and all the costumes. You know, you sold me already. Just by going, I wish I went to future plays. I will be there, but you kids did a fantastic job. You should be proud of yourself.
So I just want to say, I know you said thank you to us, but I have to say thank you to you and your staff and your community for making Powell Wonderful Art School, because you guys are the ones that did it. You guys made it happen. So just to see what happened with a couple of years ago, just a small pilot, to now see that you're full-fledged. You guys have bought into this, and it's amazing what you guys are doing. And so I'm just so impressed. And so we want to give Powell Elementary School this small token of our appreciation for you as School of the Arts due to your outstanding achievements of your students in the Visual and Performing Arts program.
Stop filming.
All right, and I have that too. How do you know how to sing that? Sing like that. You're just like a natural? Yeah.
Yeah, she's a natural.
That's great. Thank
you. This is what this is all about. You know, often at the end of board meetings, we walk away sometimes feeling sometimes frustrated. We have to deal with business. We have to deal with working through some problems at the end of the night. But I have to tell you that if you walk away from this boardroom with the feeling that you have now, after watching these students come up here and accept these awards with such, with just being confident, that's what you need to walk away from. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. That's what matters, our students. So I am super proud of everybody. I know on behalf of the board, thank you so much, staff, students, community, everybody that's come together to support all the work of this district. That's what this is about. So thank you very much for being here tonight. And please, round of applause for everybody.